Hi, Father James Kubicki here, and the first reading at Mass today got me thinking about slavery. It's from Ephesians chapter 6, where St. Paul tells children to obey their parents and slaves to be obedient to their masters, even telling them to do so not only when they're being watched, but also when no one's around. From my experience, those are challenging words for many of us. Why? Well, have you ever felt like a slave? Like the people you were working for weren't fair? Have you ever found yourself just putting in time waiting for the day to end so you could go home? St. Paul has some good words for all of us here. He says that as we serve the people for whom we're working, we should be doing our work for God. He says that we shouldn't consider ourselves slaves of human masters, no matter what our situation, but slaves of Christ, because all of us, employers and employees, have the same master in heaven. It's actually a temptation to sin against the commandment, "Thou shalt not steal," to think that we can slack off at work because no one's around or because we're not getting a fair wage and so we don't have to work well or for the entire time. We can use the computer to check our personal emails on company time. St. Paul gives us a way to battle this temptation. He says we should consider that ultimately we're not working for others, but for God Himself. Our work done well can be a pleasing offering to the Lord. It can be a way that we show Him our love. And no work is ever too small. Just like the 5 loaves and 2 fish that Jesus used to feed thousands, so our work, when offered to the Lord, can serve Him and can play a role in the triumph of good over evil. It can be a prayer which the Lord will use to channel His grace into the world.